me from rags to riches in the best way.
What's up, y'all? It's Kylie Jamone, and I am so excited to be back. Let's just jump straight into this video. Starting over with God, starting over. I am just going to dive in straight in, give y'all a quick testimony about starting over. So recently, my husband and I decided to move our family to a whole nother city, a whole nother state, a state we never thought we would ever live in, ever. It was never thought, never a possibility, never in our minds, nothing, right? So let me go back just a little bit. After living in our luxury apartment, we decided that we needed more space. I had my daughter. My daughter is 1 year old. So we had the baby and we just outgrew the space, right? So we decided that we needed to move. We needed more space. We needed more space. So we decided to rent. We decided to rent a home, rent a house, right? The house was a 3-bedroom house. So in our minds, we're like, okay, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. It's 3 bedrooms. It's everything we need, and it's gonna be good. It's not forever, but it's going to work. So once we got into this rental property, it was a living hell. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. It was a living hell. And it wasn't that the home was a living hell. The landlord he was just straight Satan himself, right? He would do so many weird things to us. He would come unannounced. He would sit in the driveway of the home. I had to file different police reports, take him to court. It was just so much. But the whole time that I was in the home, I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't even feel safe in the home. I have my children. I take care of my children. I pride in wherever I go, make it a home. No matter what it is, no matter what it looks like, make it a home. Make it feel like home, right? And so this place, I was truly uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable in this space, and it was just no getting around it. So as I'm praying to God, as I'm crying out to God, and I'm like, okay, God, how are we going to get out of this lease early? How am I going to get out of this lease early? I researched everything. I looked into everything to see how can I get out of this lease early, right? I couldn't come up with anything. Nothing legally was coming up, right? And so tell me why the landlord places a for sale sign on the house. He places a for sale sign on the house. No communication, no notice, no prior notice, nothing, right? At first, we went to court about it, but as I was just taking time, I said, you know what, wait. Although this is not how I thought it would play out, and I asked God, I said, God, how am I going to get out of this lease early? I didn't expect it to be that way. So God literally thrusted us out of the home that we were in. We were uncomfortable. It wasn't safe. It wasn't for us. I couldn't dwell in the place that I was not comfortable, right? And so I literally was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. Rather than look at this as a negative situation, rather than look at this as a bad situation, I'm going to count it all joy. I kept asking you, how am I going to get out of this place? How am I going to move from this place? How am I going to break this lease? And God literally allowed it to be so. I didn't expect it to happen that way. I didn't expect it to happen that way, because if I really go into detail about how it played out, you guys would be so literally shocked, literally stunned. Like, this landlord was crazy. He literally drilled the for sale sign on the front of the house. It wasn't until I'm literally walking back from the precinct to file a police report that I see a big for sale sign on the house. Remember, no notice, no 30-day notice, no communication, no conversation about it ever, right? And so I said, okay, this is how it's gonna go. If this is how it's gonna go, it's just how it's gonna go. So rather than me react and get upset and go crazy, I said, you know what? Okay, God, I trust your will. I trust your plans. I wanted to get out of this lease. So if this is the way that we got to do it, then this is the way that we got to do it, right? So all along, during the months that we were there, we were in that rental property, I want to say 8 months, right? So as we're in the rental property, my husband receives a new job, a new promotion, but it's in another city. It's in another city, so he's commuting from his workplace to that rental property. It just became so much. Like, he was spending more time driving just to get to work. It felt like he was driving more to get to work than he was actually on the job, like working at the job. And so it just became a lot for our family. So we're like, okay, God, how can we do this in the way that my husband is closer to home? And we just literally started a new church, right? So I'm like, okay, rather than us commuting to church and my husband having to commute to get home, let's figure out a way that we can be closer to both where we worship and my husband's job. So God literally did that thing, and he did that thing unexpectedly. So now literally, guys, if you see a new scenery, a new everything, I'm in a new place. I'm in a new city with my family. We are in a new city, literally starting over. I have never lived in this city before, ever. And it's closer to my family. Although it's closer to my family, I've never been in this particular city before. So it's new territory. It's unfamiliar territory. So when you're in unfamiliar territory, it can feel scary. It could just feel like, God, okay. I had to literally say, God, okay, I don't understand everything. I don't have all of the details, but I trust you. So I wanted to encourage you guys. Starting over is not always bad. Starting over is not always bad. You just have to trust God every step of the way and say, okay, God, if I have to start over, as long as I'm with you, I trust you. If I have to start over, as long as you are with me, I trust you. If you're rocking, I'm rolling. And I literally had to throw my hands up and surrender and say, okay, God, if this is what it's going to be, I trust you. If this is the plan that you have for me, I trust you. I don't know every detail. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I don't know what the future holds, but I trust you. And I know that you got my family every step of the way. Yes, it seems a little bit scary. Yes, it seems a little bit uncomfortable, God, but I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. We get so scared to start over because we don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know what the future may hold. We get complacent. We get stuck. We get comfortable where we are. But I want to remind you, if you got to start over, start over. If you got to do the thing over, do it over. If you got to start the business over, start the business over. If you got to go back from scratch and start at the beginning of writing your book, start over. Whatever it might be, don't be afraid to start over. You have to trust that God is with you. We can't continue reading the scriptures but not believing it. We can't continue reading the scriptures but not truly believing it. We have to believe the word of God for our lives, not just bits and pieces, but we have to truly believe what God says about us. So if you have to start over, start over. If you have to start over, start over. But you got to trust in the master. You got to trust in his plans. And when we say not my will, but your will be done, and he began to work, he began to do his will. And then now it seems strange. Now it seems like, but God, I never thought about that. But God, I never even considered that. But God, so then you renege. Then you want to back out. Then you begin to doubt, but you don't remember your words have power. Oh my gosh, what you request in prayer, he hears. What you're saying, what you're crying about, oh my gosh, he hears you when you pray. So when you're praying, if you don't really want it, don't pray for it. If you don't really want it, don't pray for it. If you don't feel like you're ready, don't pray for it, because let me tell you, God hears his children when we are praying. He hears our hearts. He hears our desires. So no, I don't know if I'm going to be here forever. I don't know if I'm going to be here in the next year. But for the season that God is calling me right now, there is a work for me to do here in the city that we are in right now. So you got to trust God. You got to trust God, and God say, okay, God, I work for you. I'm partnered with you. I'm here to help build your kingdom. So if it's moving me to another city, I'll go. Oh my gosh. If it's starting the business over, God, I'll do it. If it's going back to school, God, I'll do it. God, whatever it is that you desire for me to do, I'll do it. And yes, it might seem strange to the human eye. Oh my gosh. But you said, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him. So we can't even lean to our own understanding, because our own understanding will have us all tripped up. If we try to comprehend based upon how we understand, we would be so messed up. Lean not to your own understanding. It's not going to make sense all the time. Sometimes we're waiting for things to make sense for us. So we'll sit, we'll wait, we'll say, okay, God, let me make A plus B plus C. It gotta make sense. We are people that everything gotta make sense. Everything gotta just be, and God is saying no. God is saying, no, I am in control over your life. I wrote your story. I know your beginning and your end. I am creator of all things. You don't got to figure out all the details. Let me do it. You don't got to work out all the details. Let me do it. You don't want to miss this next move of God. You don't want to miss this shift. You don't want to miss what God is doing in this season because you doubted, because you were fearful, because you were so scared of starting. Oh, start over. Start over, start over, start over. So I want to encourage you, if you got to start over, start over. I missed y'all so much. I'm so happy to be back. Let's keep going up. Let's keep going up in God. Let's keep doing the work of God. I love y'all so much, so much, so much. I love y'all so much, and I'm so happy to be back. I'll see you guys on the next video.